Okay, so welcome to everyone here. Today, I'm going to be talking about how you can actually generate what are they how you can pay your fee via the bank, getting dollar in your own local currency. So simply how to access dollar at a cheap rate. That's what I'm going to be talking today. And why am I making this video? I'm making this video because I want you to access dollar at a very cheap rate, which will help you save some money extra when you are accessing it from the black market. Because if you're accessing money from the black market, it's somehow more expensive. It's not even somehow, it is usually more expensive than getting it from the bank. So that's basically the reason for this live stream today. Then, one, there are things you need to have in mind. If someone says, pay me, and my deadline is going to be in 1 week, if you're going to be using the bank to make payment, you need to make that payment on time so that before that 1 week that is the deadline, the person will receive it. How is this possible? There is what we call Form A. This Form A, when you get to the bank, you will tell them you need to make a payment to a school, to someone abroad in any country, and the bank will give you Form A. It is expected that within the first 3 to 5 working days, the bank will remit this money to them when you pay. But the thing is, they are going to remit it in US dollar as against your local currency that you paid with. I know that I don't have just one country watching me. So this is obtainable for you depending on whichever country you are watching me from. You can actually make payment in your local currency via the bank. How is this possible? If the school says okay, pay, and you go to the school website, you will see where they will say, okay, see that you're paying via credit card or you're paying via bank transfer. So you will click on the bank transfer method of payment and it will generate a receipt for you where you're going to see the account number you're supposed to pay, the name of the organization and everything. So take that form to the bank and give it to them. They will use it and generate information on the amount of money you are supposed to pay, because that amount will be on that Form A. So when you now make the payment, they will remit it to the school, but it is required that you make the payment on time. So if your school says that they need the payment to be done and the deadline is in 2 weeks' time, it is expected that you go before 2 weeks so that it will take the bank probably 3 to 5 working days. That means if you pay on Monday, the school is likely to receive it Friday or Monday of the following week. So imagine if you don't pay on time, it means they're not going to receive the money on time. So this is actually the best way to make your payment and access funding at a cheaper rate, unlike when you are making payments via the normal black market or where you are buying a dollar from someone in another country. So I am making this video because I've had a lot of my trainees run into this, but I've taught them how to do this. So you can actually do it yourself because nobody does it for you free of charge. Nobody does it for you free of charge because it requires the person's time, it requires their bandwidth, it requires their internet. So nobody's ready to do it for you free, but you can learn it and do it yourself. That's one. The second one is PTA. Yes, what would they call personal travel allowance? This personal travel allowance comes up when you've already secured your admission and you want to travel. And it is important because it will help you access more money because the bank gives as high as 4,000 US dollar. I have accessed it myself. I've also helped my few of my trainees access it. Reason being that you will have to go to a website, CBN website, I think it's something trade something website, and I will leave this website in my description box so that you can also see the website there. Then you will click on it, fill out all the forms, including your flight ticket to and from the country you are going. Reason being that they want to be sure you are going to that country. So they want to see your flight ticket, they want to see your visa. So you require all these things to access personal travel allowance. And they're going to give you as high as $4,000. And when you have that, for whichever country you are paying, I think that will give you some kind of relief instead of you accessing it from the black market. So it is important that you know this because I've heard a lot of people say, I can't access dollar. You actually can access dollar if you have Naira, if you have Ghana cedis, if you have whatever currency you have, you can access dollar via your bank in whichever country you are, because I know I have Liberians, I have Indians, I have Ghanaians, I have Congolese watching me. So you can actually access this via your central bank in your country, but you will need to go to the bank early enough. Let me give you an example. If I say, okay, my next training, you're going to be paying in dollar. I give you account number, give you information about the organization you're going to pay. The best thing for you to do is, if I say my deadline is in 2 weeks' time, the best thing is go today and pay. In the next 5 days, I will get the money. So that's exactly the same thing it is with international schools and everything. You pay on time, within 5 working days, they get the money and they give you your receipts. That's the way it was. So don't sit and say a dollar is very expensive, the amount is very expensive. You can actually access this in your local currency. Apply yourself in doing it. The only thing you need to do, get to the bank, tell them about Form A, that you want to make a payment with Form A. Every bank, or let me not say every, most banks have used GT Bank. For those in Nigeria, I've used GT Bank, I've used the UBA, I've used Sterling Bank, and I'm sure other banks, because most of my trainees, this is what they use in making their payment. So I'm sure most other banks do this, and it is very much way cheaper than you. Like, I know dollar now to naira is up to 8,000, but it's still 400 and something in the bank. So why not? If not, the only thing you need to do is to do what? Make this application on time and you get whatever you want. So basically, if you have any question at the end of this live stream, please drop it in the comment section and I will respond to you. Feel free to invite your friends to this my channel. Let's continue to grow the channel. Invite your friends, invite your family, invite anybody that you can invite, and drop your comments if you have anything that you want to discuss with me about our next coaching class that will soon be coming up. I'm going to make an announcement about our coaching class tomorrow. I'm preparing for that. So if you want to make any inquiry about it, or you are wondering what is the coaching class about, my coaching class is, I teach undergraduate and graduate students how to make application for admission abroad and how they can also secure funding if your CGPA, or if your work experience, or if a combination of both will meet up the requirement for it. And I can teach you how to package yourself and package your application very well for you to land interviews for funding and to secure funding. I've recorded several testimonies. In fact, in my last coaching, I reduced the number of undergraduates I take. Because why? Training undergraduates is not as easy as training graduate students who already have perception of what they want in life. Undergraduates, you need to model them. So what I do is I take limited number of undergraduates. Like this, my next cohort that is going to be coming up December, I've told myself I'm going to take highest 5 undergraduate students. Once 5 persons have paid the first 5, I lock up for undergraduates and I face my graduate students. Reason being that undergraduate students, I take them by hand, one by one. So you can see it's a lot of work for me. But graduate students, they have understood some things and they'll be able to run with it. So I have good news for you, and I have testimony for you. My last coaching, I just took 2 undergraduate students, and the 2 of them have secured admission and funding. 2 of them have secured admission and funding. If I want, her mom will see this video because she was all over the place with it. In as much as you as a person, you are wondering, okay, how is this possible? I am telling you that it is possible, but it is a paid coaching. I don't coach for free. So just know that and know it very well. Our next coaching class is coming up very soon. Keep your fingers crossed. We get announcement about it by tomorrow. And feel free to follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and now we have a Telegram group where we can ask questions and there'll be somebody there to respond at every point in time. So be part of this moving train. While we make this a community, feel free to invite your friends and leave your questions. My email address is there. Leave an email for me. I will definitely respond. Thank you. And my name remains Chigozie. I know most of us know me, but I'm just saying it again. My name is Chigozie, and this channel is basically bringing you all the scholarship opportunities and how you can navigate through it, and how you can also access waivers for application, because application requires that you pay some fee. But here I give information about some schools with waivers and how you can access the waivers. Having said that, the only way you can encourage me is by doing what? Liking this video, sharing it, and inviting your friends to this. Let's curate this as a community. Thank you very much. Until my next video. Bye.